Hi everyone, I'm Sam with Space and Daily Games. Today is April 27th, 2026. It is Monday, sort of a new week, and we are playing Wordle number 1773. Alright, let's pick a starting letter. Okay, let's see what are we gonna get today. M. Alright, I like that. M, there are many possibilities for M. I believe so. Let's keep scrolling down to get to okay, H, I, if the rest will load. Okay, J, K, L. So we've got Macro Mafia, a couple of which I've already done before recently. Mama, Mammy, Mange, Mangy, Meaty, Mecca, Melee, Milky, Minim, Minor, Missy, Mocha, Moody, Morph, Motif, Mound. Mound. Alright. It's been a while since I've seen these kinds of, this kind of word. Okay, what do I do to Mound? Okay, nothing, so I'm gonna go with something else then. Maybe strip. It's been a while since I've done strip. Why not? Strip. It's not strip, but there's RI, so that's not bad. Okay. Could be like ARI something? Like GARI Garrick Barrick Feral Cyril Gerald? Or B Rig BRIG, is that a word? B Rig? Okay. What about CHRI Kriz Krill, or CARI. I know there's Carrie, CARIES, but singular, is it CRIE though? I have no idea. Okay, CARFE. Barrack. Where we very or something CY Airy is a word, right? I don't think it's the answer there, but it's not. Oh, what is it then? Huh. Interesting. Eerie. Oh my god. Oh, dang it. I was pretty close in that third guess, actually. I don't know how many more we could have had. Not many, I don't think. Okay, let's check calculator. Today's answer is eerie. Okay. Started with mound, which is a lot of nothing. 874 probable answers, pretty bad. Then strip, I think was slightly better because the R, nice. So only 3 left. Wow. So from 800 down to 3. That's pretty good. So there was only eerie, airy, however you say, and then lyric. Lyric is such a good one. I didn't see it, but okay. So it was kind of like a 1 out of 3. But let's see. Have they done? I think they've done lyric before. I think so. Lyric. No. So lyric is brand new. Okay. What about this one here? No. Is Eerie brand new as well? Eerie is also brand new. Eerie is like, is that not like a eagle's nest or something like that? I don't know. The nest of a bird on a cliff or mountaintop doesn't have to be an eagle, but yeah, cliff, as you say it. Airy. Airy. Like AIRY. It's airy. Okay. So there's airy, there's eerie, and then there was lyric, which I didn't see, but okay, so it was considering all of them had not been used before, it was a true 1 out of 3. So it was like a 33% chance of each one. Obviously, playing 1 reduced it down to just 1 possible answer left. But yeah, strip was actually quite lucky. I did not even realize how few words there were left. I suspected there might not have been too many, but something there was that few, or like just 3 of them. So, very lucky. I mean, mound was nothing, but strip was good. If I had done strip first, I would have gotten in 3, as you can see there. But that's fine. It's fine. At 4, I'll take it. Oh, sea of greens. I got another one of those. Ooh, I haven't had one of those in a while. Let's look at the shape of it. Okay, it is really only greens. But today I'm seeing the shape is kind of like a bush. You know, just like a little shrub kind of thing. That's what I'm looking at, like this little the jagged edges. Or a green cloud, if you want to think of it that way. Sure. Alright, let's move on to connections then. See if we get something interesting going. We are playing today connections number 1051. Alright, today's very wordy. Very, very wordy. Okay, a lot of R, and everything starts with R, okay. Is this a sign? Could I get a reverse rainbow of all the R's? Maybe. But today's 16 words / phrases, we've got Radioactive Man, Raging Bull, Red Onion, Regina King, Reservoir Dogs, Reverend Lovejoy, Roman Holiday, Roasted Chicken, Roebuck, Rear Window, Romaine Lettuce, Rod Flanders, Rain Man, Rotary Clipper, Ralph Wiggum, and Ranch Dressing. It's a lot. I'm trying not to get panicky and get scared because of what I'm looking at, so I'll try my best. Okay. Roman Holiday is a movie, right? Reservoir Dogs is a movie. Probably maybe Oscar-winning films, perhaps. I don't know. Rain Man is a movie. Rear Window is a movie, but I don't know if they have anything else in common. Rear Window, I think is Hitchcock. I can't remember. Holiday was somebody else. Okay, maybe could just be movies. Could just be movies, maybe. Not sure if there's anything else to it, but alright. Oscar nominated, maybe Oscar winning movies. Potentially. Alright, let me leave that behind. Roebuck, I don't know who that is. Could be a character. Ralph Wiggum, I know, is from The Simpsons. Flanders could be like Ned Flanders' kids, maybe? Rod Flanders? So maybe Roebuck is also another one of those Simpsons. Or Radioactive Man could be a Simpsons character. Reverend Lovejoy sounds familiar, but I don't really know who that is. So that could be Radioactive Man. Those could be Simpsons characters. Then Raging Bull, Roebuck, Roasted Chicken, Regina King, maybe? They're all end in male counterparts. Although chicken, I'm thinking more of like rooster, like rather than chicken specifically. Rain Man could be a good one as well. I don't know. Let's try the Simpsons characters first. See if that's right. Simpsons characters, that was right. Okay. Buck, Bull, King. I think these are good. Okay. The roasted chicken in the movies. That okay. If I go with the movies, that's right. I was Rain Man, Rear Window. On holiday, that would leave me with rotary clipper, romaine lettuce, red onion, and ranch dressing. Well, that makes no sense because you put the chicken together, but not rotary clipper. A clipper could be maybe it's a male thing. I don't or to the movie. I think I'll do the lettuce one first. Lettuce, chicken, onion dressing. Something you find in a certain kind of salad. Oh, just salad ingredients. I thought maybe it's a specific kind of salad, but it's just general salad ingredients. Okay, so we got maybe Roebuck, King. Oh, maybe Clipper is a male animal of some kind, or not necessarily a male animal. Could be just a male counterpart of something. Because I do feel like these four are movies. I've never heard of a rotary clipper as a movie, so I think I'll try these. Oh, I thought they were like male counterparts or something. It's actually NBA players, okay? So I was totally off there. No points. But then these are for I think they're just movies. Like maybe Oscar winning. Oh, just classic films. Okay, I did think maybe it was just classic films, but I wasn't sure because yeah, I just was more sure about that. Okay, so that's one of those. What it was. Okay, I missed that on that one as well. So I won't give myself points for that. I do give myself points for Simpsons and Salad. Okay, well let's look at them. Simpsons. I know Ralph Wiggum. Isn't he like the kid? Sorry, I didn't open my Google up. Let's do that right now. Ralph Wiggum. Isn't he the yeah? That's the guy, Ralph Wiggum. Yeah, he digs his nose a lot, eh? What the heck is this future B.I. Cody? What the heck is this? Why is this an AI thing? I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, Reverend Lovejoy. Who's that? I can't remember if I've seen this Reverend. Oh, I've seen that guy before. I didn't know that's what his name was. Reverend Lovejoy. Okay, weird little sideburns. Radioactive Man. Don't know that one, but it makes sense because I know that Homer works in like a something like a radioactive. Sorry, Simpsons. He works in like a power plant, right? Radioactive Man. Why does he look like Homer? Kind of. Oh, he's a comic book superhero who appears in The Simpsons. Okay, and then Rod Flanders, I think, must be one of the Flanders kids. I assume so. Oh yeah, he is. I don't know what the other one. Oh, the oldest son. Da, da, da. Who is the other one? Tot. Oh, Rod and Tot. Oh, okay. Kind of lame names, but alright. Some ingredients, right? Because we've got red onion, roasted chicken, romaine lettuce, ranch dressing, pretty common, typical run-of-the-mill salad ingredients. Any NBA Clippers, and any NBA players, I must say Clippers. Correct. The Clippers, yeah, their team. The Bucks, Kings, Bulls. That makes sense, but I really was thinking of like male counterparts, like just King and Queen, right? King, Queen, Bull and a cow, Buck and not fawn, no, they are. Because fawn is the big, right? Buck and doe, yeah, doe deer. That's what I thought. But I'm guessing that they tried to sort of red herring us a little bit, because Rain Man ending in man obviously would be like a male counterpart thing. I would have almost thought about putting that one too, but just that I was like, okay, wait, if Rain Man's not the movie, what? I don't see it. I don't think they would really work here, even though it could kind of work. But Rotary Clipper is not a movie, so that did help me out a bit. So the purple wasn't that tough, and I'm not saying it's the easiest, but it wasn't that tough. But yeah, I wonder if Clipper is also. Is there anything else that means Clipper? Probably be interesting. Maybe. See if there are any other meanings, just in case. You never know. Never know, right? Okay, one that clips something. No one something. Clipper system. That's okay. That's basically it. So yeah, no, my sort of category of the male counterpart thing didn't really work because Clipper is not. It's not that. Okay, classic films, right? Rain Man. That was with I think it was Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. Can't remember. Rear Window. I think that is the Hitchcock film. Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino maybe. On a Holiday. Don't remember who did that one. I'd have to check. Let me see. On Holiday. 1953 film. Who's the William Wyler. So it stars Audrey Hepburn, Gregory Peck, right? It's famous people. Real Window. Real Window. That's the 1954 movie by Alfred Hitchcock. Okay. Yeah. Oh, starring Grace Kelly. I didn't know that. All right, there we go. Let me see. Difficulty wise, that Simpsons one might be a bit tough if you don't know the Simpsons characters, but still could be gettable enough. So I wouldn't say it's that, but maybe this is a 3. Classic films might get some folks, but they are pretty famous though, and they do span across different decades. Like it's not all in 50s or 60s. Like they have more recent ones, like in the 90s, etc. So it's not really that old, 30 years, but not massive or something. So I think people should get that. So I would say this may be like a 3, something more than a 3 out of 5. Alright, we went to today's bonus game. I am playing Graphs. This is the Monday puzzle pronounced by Ari. Okay, let's go. Let's see, how do you play it? Is there a how to play that explains it? I saw the instructions briefly. Is this user actions? Not a random unplayed graph. View graph insights and stats. What's this one? Yeah, it's just an open archive. Okay. I guess it's just that there's just the chart, and we're supposed to pick a data set that I think matches this chart. Here's the 2005. It's 8.23 out of something. Goes up to 13 in 2013. Then recently, 2022 goes down, then comes back up after the peak pandemic here. Right, so data sets, we've got annual registered marriages in China. In terms of millions. Whoa, so it's like 8.23 million marriages in China in 2005, maybe. Annual global SMS text messages sent trillions, that's a lot. Annual sales of physical video games worldwide, millions. Number of paid ringtone downloads worldwide, millions. Number of active BlackBerry smartphone users worldwide, millions. Okay, so number of paid ringtones, definitely it dropped significantly because who is still downloading ringtones now? So I don't think this is right. I don't think they're gonna spike up here. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't remember us having that much. Maybe like in the early 2000s, I suppose. But I would think that it would be steadily dropping. And then BlackBerry, so I feel like that also would come similar. Like it's not, as far as I could tell, it was not popular back in like 10 years ago. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say that. Physical video games, it could be. I'm thinking it's one of these 3 maybe, but marriages though, it's tough. What happened in 2013? Why were so many people getting married? If it was marriage, I don't know. Is there a specific event that could have happened, perhaps? Video games, I feel like it kind of could make sense, just because Most people could have bought there could be a certain game that was released at the time that could explain it. Maybe I'll try that. No, incorrect. Physical video game sales declined from 395 million. So it just kept dropping apparently to 195 million in 2023. Okay, so it's a lot more than that. But this is in trillions and this is in millions. They do have a lot of people though in China. Could they have like 13 million marriages in a year? That does seem actually quite a lot. Yeah, wait, that seems a bit too much, right? Okay, I think it must be the text messages. Trillion. Okay, that could be it. No? Damn it. If it's one of these two, I'm gonna be so mad. Yeah, oh, it was the marriages. Wow. That's a hell of a lot of marriages. How many people do they even have? Wait a minute. Holy shit. How many people do they have? Okay, the number of marriages. I mean, I suppose they could also divorce and then just end up marrying somebody else at the same year, but how many people are doing that anyway? But I agree. Consistent decline to 24 million. Some trend change social attitudes and generations, economic pressures, of course, projections, etc. But I mean, okay, so this data comes from the Chinese Ministry of Civil Affairs and compiled by Statista, like official records, etc. Okay, but how many? Okay, China population, like okay, this year then let's just see how many people they've got. Okay, holy shit! I did not realize that they had. Okay, my math is so off. I didn't know they had like 1.4 billion people. Well, now the millions of marriages make sense because they've got over 1 billion people. Of course, so many of them would get married. Of course, then divorce, get married again. Why not? Didn't say how long the marriage is last. I mean, honestly, get the Houston married a day for fun. Who knows? I don't think they do that, but they could. It counts like holy crap. Oof. Let me just go back to the. Yeah. I knew those two were not going to be. But I was wasn't it maybe video games? That could be a lot. A lot of people might have. I was just thinking, what happened in this specifically? That's what I was trying to think of. So I thought maybe a game release, something good in that year, perhaps. Wasn't Pokemon Go? Definitely not, because Pokemon Go was like 26. Anyway, but that's what I was kind of thinking something like that. And then when I was like, okay, that's a lot, trillions. I could see that. If I had known that there were over 1 billion people in China, I might have gone for this one first, or these two maybe. I don't know. Hard to say. That's one. That's variety. So they've also got another one here. Finance. I'm not going to be good at that, but try as well. Pick a stock. Okay, Walt Disney Company, Starbucks Corporation, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Nvidia Corporation. Okay, so June 2008, they were at like $117. That's the stock price. Goes up to June 2023. It's about 1,000 for one stock? Holy shit. I kind of want to say Disney because they've been consistently trying to buy more and more IP to get more like Star Wars and Marvel and everything. So why not with the way that it's been selling? Who's to say it can't be? I'm trying. It's not, dang it. Okay, so Disney has a market cap of 9.44 billion, higher than the shown value of 153 point. Okay, so higher than that. I didn't see that. Okay. I don't like to choose like those. Maybe Nvidia. I don't know, but really, I don't know. I can try Starbucks. Nope. Different from the provided range. Okay, well, I wouldn't know that. I have no idea. So, market cap is here. I didn't see them. That's my fault here. Okay, it could be one of these then. I mean, I don't like the companies, but I'm just choosing on vibes right now. Ooh, it was BlackRock, the one that I didn't like, and it was BlackRock. Okay, so I didn't solve this graph, but that's fine. I don't really care about finance anyway. Let's go on to literature. Maybe I'll do better in this one. I win, perhaps. Okay, so what is this graph here? This is like, pick the words. Okay, so frequency of the words in a certain decades, years ago, 1800, 1830, 60, 90, 1920, 1950, 1980, and 2010. Okay, so it could be frequency of the words parchment and paper in English literature. Interesting. Frequency of the words handloom and factory in English literature. Oh, the blue being the blue line and purple being purple line. Frequency of the words barter and money in English literature. Frequency of the words monastery and university in English literature. Frequency of the words agriculture and technology in English literature. Okay. So, looking at the blue, they're thinking the older words, right? Parchment, handloom, barter, monastery, and agriculture. And it does go down. But I wouldn't say like it goes down like a crazy amount because it's only like 0.01% in English lit. So it's not even really that high compared to the purple, which is used tremendously. Maybe the purple one is easier to get. Never mind. I'll try the blue one first and try to think about that. Okay, because it's roughly about this. They don't go off that much. I mean, these are about the same from like 1920 to 2010. It's not that far off. So I think it's something that maybe yes we talk about less in literature, but we still do on a fairly decent level. So a handloom, I don't think it's going to be it because I feel like people are not going to be talking about that. So I feel like that can't be static from like 90 years. I'm thinking, and parchment, I also don't think so. So parchment and handloom, I think, are out. I think so. I'm leaning towards monastery or agriculture. Because monastery, we still have monks. We've had monks for ages, so I feel like they could be. Hold on, gotta get a drink, sip of water. My throat is getting dry. Okay, agriculture could be, but I would think that agriculture is used a lot more than that. I mean, yes, less than, but more than that. I mean, I could be wrong. Okay. In that case, it could be monastery. It could be. It could be barter. Hmm. I'm less on barter, so I'm more towards the last two, monastery and agriculture. So maybe we'll take a look at the green and see if, no, sorry, the purple, and see if that helps. So okay, so in 1800 it does exist, but and about the same rate appearance in literature as the blue, and then it spikes up in around 1815 quite significantly. I don't know why that is. Then goes down quite a lot, and then okay, roller coaster is up, but it does go up, and then in the 1970s or so, 1970, yes, it's in 0.005. That's quite high, and then it does go down, but it still stays up pretty high still. Let me think about this. Money? Would they money? I suppose it could be if we're thinking about like maybe there's a stock crisis or whatever in the 70s. Could be why it appears in literature a lot, maybe. Technology, I would think, but why would technology spike? If it was technology, why would it spike up in the 70s? Though I'm not so sure about that. I guess it could be like the forefront of technology, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of technology over university, right? So maybe I'll try this. No, it did not peak until late. All right, okay. So 1800s, we were really talking about technology. Okay, then maybe university is pretty old word. It could have gone up. Ah, all right. So okay, my logic was almost there. I mean, I was saying it was between the last two, but yeah, I guess it makes sense that technology wasn't actually really talked about much in the. I mean, until like certain decades after that, so it wouldn't have been up there. So that's a fair shout. I don't know why such a huge spike in 1970s though. Also, despite the monastery's earlier peak in 1800, university overtook by significant amount in the 20th century. Such an industry during the 19th likely affects the global social of higher education and the rise of the knowledge economy. I see. Okay, so that explains it. Okay. Interestingly, the term monastery had its heyday in the 1800s, appeared marked by religious revival movement. So because of that was kind of the high point, and then it does get lower, but it still exists because we still do have lots of monks in today's day and age. But it's declined. But I would still say it's not really that far off from where it first came. Unlike university where, like you said, as education grows and people want to learn more, it does boost up significantly from in the 1800s when there was barely any university at the time. But very interesting. I like this game a lot. It's trivia. It's sometimes it's even language. So I like that a lot. And you have to play 3 different types depending on what you like. I like variety in literature. Obviously, I'm not good in finance, but it's just fun to give it a try anyway. All right, I will leave a link to graphs. This game graphs in the description for you to try yourself. Let me know how you do. Let's look at the comments from yesterday's video and how many minutes do I have left. I have 6 minutes, so I gotta make this quick. All right, so Edward, you did tread, cyan, plum, flossing gloss. Whoa, that was so close, but congrats for making it. You said, I'm not going to sweat missing out on 4, but at the last second I saw gloss and was going to change my third guess to check for it. I probably hit enter instead of backspace. Oh, no. Oh, damn. Missed it. I probably should have taken it as a sign and demoted floss, but if that turned out to be the answer, some days you just can't. Exactly. You mean sometimes just mistakes happen and that's what happens. Which was difficulty 2 out of 5. At least portion favored meaning connections. When I saw polyhedron, the first thing that came to mind was it having multiple faces. That's really good because but you know what? You made a good point. I still feel like yeah, you're right. Like if single polyhedron, I should have thought about faces because what other things could it be about? Like what other things could you describe a polyhedron as? But I was going more complex than just the simple faces. So that was my bad. Purple category was the only tricky thing today, if you know Dick and Jane, right? You said most of the rainbow red herring, but I did not catch clock register spotted until I checked the bottom. That's a really good. Okay, Cascado. Yeah, getting the first word is brutal. It took me 7 tries to narrow down to gut hut before finally getting it. And you thought your 5 was bad. Oh, yeah. 7 tries? That's rough, buddy. Oh, that is really rough. But as I said, that 3-letter first word, it's so hard. It's almost luck based at that point. Cascado, okay, 48 tiles. Okay, let's see. You took how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you also took the 7th try to get 3-letter word as well. So see, it's rough, right? You said made a mistake with the 5-letter guessing shrub when I had the info that C was in on. I had that happened to me as well before. Not in that game, but another game. I did the same mistake, but I forgot that it was another letter I should have looked at, yeah. Otherwise, taking a long time with the 3 letters meant I could get this right away, so it balances out. I like it. Oh, okay, cool. I like that. Nice. Good job. Nice playing out there. Yeah. You can get those right because you get those and then they do tell you other stuff as well, other things, right? So that's also helpful. I like that. Smart. Okay. Thanks, Clara. All right, and then these reads you did slant, bless, and gloss. Oh, you're so lucky. Excellent, really. Except for once, the Wordle gods blessed us both. With slant leaving only 9 possibilities, I pondered an eagle to guarantee a 3, but meh, why not just go for it? And you did it! He said, it's good enough, I'll be fine, and indeed, when blank L blank SS turned green, I clenched my teeth knowing it messed up. But still, it's so good. I mean, you say messed up, but it's so good. A floss gloss situation loomed, and I was only spread from a phone because I recalled the memory-based Wordle created choosing gloss recently, which indicated it was unused. Thanks, Art. Art, okay. So yeah, I'm glad people actually do remember these things because I don't. But speaking of which, kiosk was down in February 23, so it might be due for a redo. 3 years. Yeah, they might. I mean, we've also had those that we just used last year, so they could do that. Crazy, they could get. Average 3.935%. No tribes, no red letters, but so why the high fail rate? Well, almost every single loss, put the loss in gloss, right? Okay. Well, almost every single loss is to regular plurals or third-person singular verbs. Gloms, glows. I see. So they didn't think of the double S. That's the problem. That was the thing they didn't see. So they were thinking maybe it could be a plural, I don't know why they think that, but they tried it, right? So that makes sense. But I feel bad for those people. Too bad for that. All right, I'll leave a link to graphs. Let me know how you did for today's Wordle connections and graphs. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, all.